Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to another day from the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I am your host, Phil from philscorner.com. We are going to be recapping and looking ahead to another day of action at the World Cup in here in Mexico, USA, and Canada. We had two of the host nations playing last night. It was a fantastic day of football, goals galore. Well, especially in the two Group B matches. Was it, sorry, Group A? No, two Group A matches. Actually, sorry, in both groups, there were plenty of goals for both groups, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they were no, sorry, yeah, Group B, yeah, both Group B, yeah, Group B, because Canada scored hit a team for six, and Switzerland put four. There were like five goals in Switzerland, Bosnia, and, by some miracle. But anyway, we digress. Let's get into what we're all here for. Starting off with the worst game of the day by far, a fraudulent team. I don't know how Czechia made it to because they are Czechia. I know them as Czech Republic. I think that Czechia is the short form. They played like Czechia. That's not the Czech Republic I know. No way you draw to something. They scored a goal. They scored one goal, a good goal, in the first half, scored by Miko Sadikas, uh, Sadilek. It was a nice team move, good finish. It was really just awful defending from the South Africans. And then after that, they just, Czechia decided not to play football anymore. They were almost as bad as South Africa. Decided the ball was pass. No, there was no goal mouth action. Nothing going on at all. Nothing happening around the goal. And somehow they allowed South Africa to get back into the game late on, in like in the 83rd minute, a penalty from Mokoena, the South African midfielder and talisman, after a shot was taken into the box and it was like deemed a handball by the ref. It was all very poor from Czechia. They were slow, unimaginative. I don't understand what they were doing. They should have won that game. A competent team. They qualified ahead of Denmark. They beat Denmark on penalties. And when you watch the game back, you'd be amazed how they won. They were awful in that game too. They scammed their way to like it was atrocious. Atrocious. You can tell I'm hot. I'm really upset by it because I wanted South Africa to lose. But anyway, here they are. A draw. They will probably still want to go for a draw. I expect South Korea to absolutely hammer them. It is what it is. South Korea needs to win now. We move to the next game of the day. Switzerland versus Bosnia. This was going to be a very quick recap up until I guess the 84th, 85th minutes. There was absolutely nothing going on in that game. For the first, yeah, 75th minute. When Johan Manzambi came on, injected some life into this dull, boring, lifeless game. This game was horrendous for the majority. This is probably it was the worst game in competition, and then it exploded with goals. Manzambi got one. Then Ruben Vargas got another, and then Manzambi got a third. Um, of course, this was after Moha Ramovic was sent off. After Manzambi scored his first goal, the Bosnia player was sent off. Professional foul, last man. It was obvious when it happened. He had to do it. It was. It became interesting after that. Some good goals, really. Manzambi's second goal was good. The second goal for Vargas, the Switzerland's second goal was really well worked. Beautiful passing, great move, and a beautiful finish. Xhaka got in the act later on for a penalty. It was a penalty indeed. Um, Goal of the game though came from Mamic. Beautiful volley, wonderful volley. Like it was aesthetically pleasing because when you look at the angle from behind the player, like you can see when he connects it like threads through passes right through defenders and right it zips past the keeper. It's a beautiful goal. Uh, not going to do much for Bosnia. I believe going to be it for them in this competition. Should be Canada and Switzerland progressing comfortably in the group. Their only hope is to hammer Qatar as well, just as the Canadians did. Otherwise, I don't see them being a best third place team. Speaking of Canada, they put BTA to the Qataris. Qatar had two red cards. They're already 2-0 down, thanks to goals from Alarin and Jonathan David. Before that, yeah, Carl Laren and Jonathan David did very well. Uh, Instinctive, like David, beautiful volley. Laren, just like poacher's finish. Great job there. Then another professional foul, last man. It's unfortunate. I mean, there was a mistake at the back. Not much you could do. Then yeah, he got sent off for that. Then Jonathan David made it three before the break with a poacher's goal after a Laren header. And then you hate to see it, man. Kone for Kone for Canada was tackled an awful tackle by Madibo. Madibo got straight red for that. He had to be put on oxygen just as he was taken off was Kone. He was able to get up and smile, wave, and give a thumbs up to to the crowd. So big ups to him. It was very somber as the game. There wasn't much in terms of celebrations from the other goals which the team scored because you could see like it was very emotional for them. One of their better players and their friend, of course, being taken out like that. So it's good to see them rally behind them. Saliba scored a beautiful free kick. He came off the bench as well. He replaced Kone actually, so he scored a wonderful free kick in memory of his friend around the wall. Quick note: if ever the ball goes around the wall and beats the keeper on the keeper's side, that's the keeper's fault all day, every day. Your wall is not probably either needs another man at the edge or just have to shift it more to cover that so the ball does not go up, bend it around. That should never happen. Plus, you're beating at your side. So sorry, at the wall. That was the wall side, not the keeper. That's the wall side. So either way, yeah, it's definitely the keeper. That was definitely the keeper's fault. Um, Almanai put the ball into the back of his own net because I don't know match fixing. Maybe he had the over, so that happened. It was a awful clearance. Stuff happens. It's an emotional game. I'm sure he tried his best. And then Saliba, it goes on as a Saliba assist, but he was trying to shoot. David intercepted the shot and put it away. Yeah, 6-0. Canada is gonna go through their first ever international win in a World Cup. Big ups to Canada. They should be top of the group. Uh, should they? Are they going to beat Switzerland? Probably not. But anything's possible. They're going to qualify, so good on them. No matter if they don't qualify, it means they just went horrendously wrong against Switzerland. But 4 points, goal difference of +6, top of the group right for now. Should be good. And that takes us to the other host, the last game of the day, when Mexico played up against South Korea. Heavyweight clash. Mexico was fantastic for the amount of the game. The better team deserved of the goal which Luis Romo scored, despite the fact that uh, Song Yu was trying to impersonate Superman, but just flopped like Plastic Man at the end. Plastic Man's actually a decent superhero. I know he's quietly OP, but he looked like a pancake. Is what I'm trying to get at. When he fell to the ground, and he just let Romo score. You know, Guadalajara the Guadalajara went wild. Beautiful goal, absolute cinema. When you have both host nations win in the same day in home countries. BC Stadium, was it BC Place for Switzerland, Guadalajara for Mexico? Absolutely fantastic. And yeah, both nations. Mexico are actually confirmed through because they beat South Korea's only everything for win. So yeah, Mexico is definitely going to go through. So big ups to the Mexicans. Let's see how far they and the Canadians go in this tournament. And speaking of host nations and how far they can go in the tournament, USA, USA. The Americans are going to play today against Australia. That match is going to be in Seattle, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Both teams won the opening games. Australia 2-0 against Turkey, which is very convincing. Almost as actually, it's probably more convincing than the United States beating Paraguay 4-1 because not much was expected from Australia, especially from me. So that's a big match coming up. Scotland versus Morocco is the next game in Boston. The Scots won the first, the top of the group because they won the first game against Haiti. Should be a good game. Morocco are definitely favorites. They have all around more talent than Scotland, and they've historically gotten better out of the World Cup than the Scotland and never gotten out of the group stages of any major competition. So it's going to be a big match for them. I'm trying to overturn Brazil versus Haiti. Yeah, Haiti's cooked. Haiti's cooked. We'll see what type of Brazilians. I'm not high on Brazil, but they should be beating Haiti. I don't care how well they played against Scotland. I think that's more of an indictment to Scotland. It is plus on Haiti. So at the link, we shall welcome you, home of my beloved birds. Shall welcome the great Brazil national team. Well, not great right now, but historically great. And lastly, Turkey versus Paraguay. Look, these are two teams that in need of something. I see it's going to be a cage game. Turkey should have the advantage. Turkey, rather, should have the advantage. They probably won't. And because I'm saying that because Paraguay cannot be that bad defensively 2 games in a row. It's going to be a tough physical matchup. Turkey, not very impressive. I don't see them impressing this game. 1-0 draw. Again, another day yesterday, another day without draws. Maybe we have filled out the quarters for the draw for the competition having 4 in one day. But yeah, 1-0 draw there. It's going to be interesting game. I should say, quick note, if you watched my video yesterday, I was talking about the state of the World Cup and I gave awards for like best performances, best team. I forgot to mention in the first round the worst team of the round. I said the worst. I think it's mentioned the worst performance, which was Portugal or Spain. I've won. I should say the worst actual team, the worst thing I saw. I don't care how bad Curacao got beat by Germany. Bloody hell, South Africa were appalling. They had 0 goals for 30 minutes, and they were appalling again yesterday, but got away with it because the team they played against was just as appalling. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Yeah, so I'm putting South Africa for that extra award now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, shall be it for today. Thank you once again very much for watching and staying until the end. If you do like the video, please leave a comment, like it, of course, share it, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit road to 10. You gotta start off small, man. We ain't all gonna be gold rich at the start, but I hope y'all having fun. I'm having it. I love these videos. It's a blast to make them, record them, and to go through them. I do hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you. Until next time.